This week on Rush Outdoors, we head to the Buckeye State in pursuit of big whitetails. Then we head to Western New York in pursuit of monster muskie. And of course, member footage with Rush Uncut, where it's all about our youth. It's time for Rush Outdoors. Rush Outdoors is brought to you by Herb Phillipson, your outfitters for the great outdoors.
Hi everyone, welcome to Rush Outdoors. I'm your host Tim Andrus. Today I'm in beautiful Owego, New York, home of Lock and Load Sporting Goods, one of several locations here in New York that carry Shadow Hunter blinds. You know, since 1996, Shadow Hunter's been making some of the best blinds in the market today. I can tell you from personal experience, they keep you warm, comfortable, most importantly, concealed. You know by now you're probably familiar with a portion of our show called Rush Uncut. It's where we feature footage from folks just like you, hunting, fishing, anything in the outdoors. There's no fancy editing, no bells and whistles, it's just sportsmen sharing their stories. You know, every once in a while, a Rush Uncut member comes along and consistently provides footage that catches our attention. Now, enter Dan Taylor, a whitetail fanatic. Once fall comes around, you'll find him in the southern tier of New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio, chasing big whitetails.
Decided to take it to the next level when I was working at a local sporting goods shop, and I heard of Rush Uncut, and it kind of drove me to, hey, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can get out there and film my hunts and maybe get a chance to get it on TV or show other people besides family that I can do it too. Can't even go out in the woods anymore without the camera. And the stories can live with me forever.
Now, let's follow along with Dan as he tries to end a 2-year quest on a big Ohio whitetail.
My first encounter with this buck was in 2011, an afternoon hunt. Real windy day. He was coming in right to my scent, came down below me, perfect, just picture perfect. I'm sitting there fighting with the camera, trying to make sure that I can get him on film. I'm filming myself, and I've got everything lined up. I draw back, and wouldn't you know it, gust of wind comes in, it blows the camera. Actually, you can see the camera move. I hit my release and I shot right between his legs as he was moving, and he runs out into the field again. Frustrated, upset, I sat there, but this buck turned around and come back in for more. So, under the circumstances, I'm ready again. He comes up, another opportunity arises, standing at about 30 yards. I shoot, hit a branch, and give him a brush cut underneath. And he runs back out in the field, and I'm just in awe that I screwed it up again. He stands out there and then eventually walks off. But it was 2 encounters with this buck in 2011. And I tell you, it left a scar on me, I know that. Just, it took a hit to my pride too, I think.
T-Bone here, and you know what? You're watching Rush Outdoors. If you fish or if you hunt, you're going to love shopping at Herb Phillipson's for all your fishing and hunting gear. Whatever the season, it's the reason to pick up guns, ammo, fishing rods, reels, and all the accessories you need for your next hunting or fishing adventure. We've got it, and you'll get it all at Herb Phillipson's low price fighter prices. There's a store near you, and don't forget to visit our newest location in the Western Light Shopping Center, Syracuse.
We duck hunt every day. Sometimes, though, we disagree on where.
Where are we hunting today?
Elbow Lake Bladder. Sometimes we disagree on when to shoot. Cut 'em!
Or when to say cut 'em.
You boys too slow. One thing we do agree on, we all wear real tree camo.
I'm an AP man myself.
Max 4.
Hey, we can't even agree to disagree.
The Oak Orchard Harbor in Orleans County. Make a morning run for Lake Ontario. Fish on means you'll experience the exhilaration of fighting that giant trout or salmon. To learn more about our world-class fishing, visit our website at www.orleanscountytourism.com.
There you go.
Woo! Another reason I love New York.
So for 2011, that was my only sighting of them, only time I got a glimpse of them or anything. Just, that was it. 2012 rolls around, and well, that changed. Decided to move my climber right into a bedding area. It was a rainy day, windy. I figured that'd be the best way to be undetected, leave as minimal scent, and I walk up on him feeding in this thicket and do what I always do, grab the camera. So I wanted to get footage of him. I wanted to, show, hey, here he is again. And I let this buck go. Now that started a whole new fire for that year. My second encounter of 2012 happened on a real crisp November morning. Rut was going pretty good at this point, and first light, a doe pops up over the hill. And I'm watching her, and she's coming in, and she keeps looking back, and I realize I could see him coming, and I instantly could tell it was the same buck, and I'm just like, wow, you know what? This is going to be it right here. I'm going to make this happen. He's coming right perfect. He's coming in, and I'm getting great footage of him. Comes up, racks a tree around for a while. He's coming down this path that would be about 40-yard shot. Comes through my shooting lane, and he stops, but it doesn't present a shot. I'm drawing back on him. He just starts taking a couple steps where I get a shot. I make a noise. He stops, of course, behind a tree. And I'll tell you, frustration was at an all-time high at this point because of knowing the history with this buck. Heading back to Ohio for the 2012 gun season, I was on the phone talking to a few of my friends and family, talking about this buck, and we all came to the conclusion that that buck was a 3.5-year-old, showed great potential, and I started thinking, maybe if that buck comes under me in gun season, that I'd let him go. It was obviously a very difficult decision to make that. I mean, he's a beautiful buck, and especially with the past we have, but the only way to see that potential is obviously letting him go. Friday, November 30th, 2012 rolls around, and I decided to head into my wood stand. I sat there looking across this little valley, and I see deer running in all directions. What do you think was there? The buck that I'd seen in archery and had so much history with. He was bumping the deer, the doe around, and just making all kinds of ruckus over there. And I just kept watching from the binoculars. He stood out there about 200 yards, just making all kinds of commotion. He starts moving closer to me from the 200 yards. He crosses this valley, and I lose sight of him. So I just sit there, and I'm holding my guns. I already made up my mind. I'm not shooting him. Despite the excitement, I was excited. There's no doubt about it. A buck like that always gets you excited. he starts making his way to me. Now, as he's walking towards me, he's stumbling. He's acting really strange. He's just laboring badly. And this got my attention quickly. I went to realizing there's something wrong with the deer. Whether he'd been wounded in a fight, with another buck, or wounded from another hunter. This deer was not as healthy as I'd seen him back in archery season. So I made up my mind that I was actually going to take this deer now, because he looked as if he wasn't possibly going to make it throughout the winter. Just shot a really nice buck. We finally connected. I'm here in Ohio. Second to last day of gun season. Oh man. This is a buck. I've got several trail cam pictures of him. Screwed up on him in archery. Passed this buck up on my first few days here. Beautiful buck. There's something wrong with him. He's wounded, or he's been injured fighting. Something's wrong with this deer. So as he's coming in, I decided to shoot him. Despite being a buck that I decided not to shoot, the emotion I had, the feeling was unbelievable, because I'd known that I just shot one of my best bucks of my life. And hunting does that to me anyways. Just any time, it doesn't matter the size, doesn't matter what I'm hunting, it's the feeling is unbelievable. It was a little, I was a little soured that I had to do it that way, I really wanted that buck to live another year, but at the same time, it was the most rewarding feeling too, because I had so much history with that buck, and that I was the one that got to shoot him, rather than, if he would have been taken by the guy that had wounded him, I would never even know what happened. So it was like an absolute awesome feeling to know that I got that chance, almost like it was fate, that was the way it was supposed to happen. This buck and I have 2 years of history. I've got lots of trail cam pictures of him. Definitely a happy camper.
Hey Dan, great buck, great story. Our hats are off to you.
Rush Outdoors is also brought to you by the New York Sportsman's Expo, Nikon Optics, Realtree.com, Matthew Solo Cam, IQ Bow Sights, Block Targets, Energizer Batteries, Slay Odor Neutralizer, and Shadow Hunter Blinds.
I hunt out of Shadow Hunter blinds because I think they're the best ground blind made today. Made right here in Michigan. All American-made Shadow Hunter blinds are the very best. If you want to hunt out of the best, you need Shadow Hunter. Here's why. See that? Totally silent. You can open the plexiglasses wherever you want it. Same thing on these windows, just totally silent. You have so much action as a result because the deer just come all the way around you.
Did you know that Lock and Load Sporting Goods in Owego, New York is one of New York's premier destinations for Shadow Hunter blinds? And it just doesn't end right there. Lock and Load has everything a sportsman could ask for. Archery, firearms, optics, and fishing. And when your hunting or fishing trip is over, bring your trophy right here to Southern Tier Taxidermy, also located at Lock and Load Sporting Goods. And it's all under one roof. Lock and Load Sporting Goods, Southern Tier Taxidermy, located at 161 Erie Street, Owego, New York. Sportsmen here in New York are truly blessed when it comes to fishing. From east to west, our state's a fisherman's paradise. Take, for instance, Chautauqua Lake, located in the southwest part of our state. Chautauqua Lake has a variety of big game fish and big muskie. Now let's join Rush Junkie Norm Whiteman fishing with Captain Larry Jones aboard mostly muskie charters.
I truly love everything outdoor related, but like everyone else, there are some things that are at the top of the scale, and muskie fishing is definitely one of my favorites. Fishing for big muskie is always a challenge. You're lucky if you catch one muskie in the course of a day. So, you know, there's a lot of mysterious atmosphere going on. And just to add to it, this morning we get to the lake, and it was very bizarre. It was just a blanket of fog that covered the entire lake, and just really added to the whole overall experience of the day. Eventually it burned off, but it was certainly a pretty cool start to the day.
Chautauqua Lake is noted for muskie, and lots of them, mostly muskie charters. Larry's going to show us the way.
You know, talking about the fog, Captain Larry Jones was telling us while we were trolling along in that fog that he has a lot of good luck once that fog burns off the lake. He said that's usually when it starts to happen, and he was dead on. Bang.
Fish. Okay, steady reel. Steady reel. Still on her?
Yep.
Okay, I gotta get this line out of the way here. Keep the rod off to the right and down a little bit more. And steady tension, no pumping. Okay, lower your pole just a little bit more. Bring it back this way, just not too much. Keep it straight. Still there?
Oh yeah.
Reel, 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 reel. Don't give them any slack. Staying down for the size to them.
That's right.
Staying down so there could be size to them.
Oh yeah, nice.
Okay, back up, back and pull. Back and pull up. There we go. Now get the camera ready here. Okay, squeeze this tail. 44 and a half. Okay.
Mostly muskie charters, Chautauqua Lake.
Okay, lower back down.
If you've never caught a muskie, what are you waiting for? Chautauqua Lake.
Hey guys, great day of fishing. For more information on Chautauqua Lake, go to tourchautauqua.com.
Hi, I'm Nicole Castro, and we'll be back in 60 seconds with this week's installment of Swing and a Miss, brought to you by Tim's Guns in Elbridge, New York.
I hold the spot-on advantage. And there are a million more like me, using Spot On to build confidence in shooting, farther and with more precision than ever before. The next generation of shooting accuracy has arrived. Join us.
Hey folks, Dave Morgan from Rush Uncut. If your schedule doesn't always allow you time to get to the local sporting goods store, then visit WoodburyOutfitters.com. Whether it's archery, long guns, handguns, or everything else outdoor related, you can have it all shipped directly to you or your local dealer at super low prices. They have tons of cool stuff for sportsmen. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff will have your order packaged and shipped quickly and accurately. Check out WoodburyOutfitters.com.
This first clip, we're in Cattaraugus County with Craig Souther of Southern Tier Outfitters. Unfortunately, putting birds on the decoys doesn't mean birds on the ground. Let's take a look at what happens.
Get him!
Ouch. 5 guys on 1 bird. How does that happen? That's it for this week's Swing and a Miss, brought to you by Tim's Guns of Elbridge, New York. We'll see you next week.
If you fish or if you hunt, you're going to love shopping at Herb Phillipson's for all your fishing and hunting gear. Whatever the season, it's the reason to pick up guns, ammo, fishing rods, reels, and all the accessories you need for your next hunting or fishing adventure. We've got it, and you'll get it all at Herb Phillipson's low price fighter prices. There's a store near you, and don't forget to visit our newest location in the Western Light Shopping Center, Syracuse.
Here we go.
hiding around on my office. Get in here, let's get warmed up. What is the matter with you? It looks uncomfortable. Come on. You want me to make you some hot chocolate?
You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Okay. Hey folks, welcome to Rush Uncut. I'm Norm, and this is Dave.
Rush Uncut is where you can showcase footage of your hunting and fishing adventures.
Okay, so you got the footage.
I got it right here.
All right, let's check it out.
All right, here we go.
I'll take care of that. Sit down. All right, who's up first?
We've got Rick Nelson on a spring turkey hunt. Check this out.
What'd you think of the hunt, dude?
Well, it's a great first hunt, I guess, because I obviously got a turkey, and thank you for the calls and everything, and couldn't have done it without you guys. And I can't believe I missed after the first one. I didn't think I didn't think they were gonna come back because of the shot and everything, but they came back, so I'm pretty happy.
That was awesome. You know, I can never get enough of watching the youth having fun in the outdoors. And great job, Rick. That footage was awesome. So, who's up next?
We got Rush Uncut member Craig Southern, and he's going to take us on a late winter duck hunt in Cattaraugus County, New York. And he's going to take us to what he calls the honey hole. And for those of you that don't know it, Craig Southern is also an outfitter with Southern Tier Outfitters. And he's just a guy out there with his buddies this time, no guiding, just having a good time.
Gotta love it.
Thanks, Craig.
Well, that's going to wrap up this week's footage, and I loved it, every inch of it.
Hey folks, it's easy. You want to become a member? Log on to rushoutdoors.com and click on the Rush Uncut logo.
And remember, Rush Outdoors.
With a camera.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week. We'll see you next week. For everyone at Rush Outdoors, I'm your host, Tim Andrus. We'll see you in the woods. For show updates, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
You gotta remember not to sneak up on me. I don't know why you insist on sneaking up on me all the time. Can't you just pull in like normal Pete? Want me to turn on your soap operas for you?
Yeah, give me that remote.